If you ever heard of the reality TV show Duck Dynasty, you know the parents Phil and Kay Robertson have a wonderful relationship, but it wasn't always that way. And a new film based on their effort to show true love of hardship and redemption is coming to theaters. And I talked with Willie and Corey Robertson about the new film, The Blind. Good morning, Corey and Willie. How are you doing?
Doing great.
Hey there, we're doing good.
Let's talk about this new film, The Blind, because this is so important to your family for this, but also to a lot of people out there who are having trouble with their faith. Am I right?
Yeah, having trouble with their faith, having trouble with their marriage, having trouble keeping life together. Yeah, there's a lot of things here. If you watch Duck Dynasty, it's kind of the fruit of the labor after the family had gotten everything figured out. This takes you back to the beginning of really Kay and Phil's relationship. We're all kids in it. I'm 2 years old in the movie, so this kind of tells you the time frame. 50s, 60s, 70s is where the movie takes place, and it shows you the real struggle that the family almost never got off the ground. It was like a decade of just bad decisions and bad living, and it's a story of hope and redemption. And just to let you know, no one's too far gone, and you never know what God may have in store for you. Phil finds his faith, mom as well, and then mom's able to forgive Phil, and it's a story of their lives and how they stuck with it through the really hard times and made it, and we're thankful they did.
Yeah, you said right there, Phil's redemption story really shaped the family, and that's what was need to be seen. And how did that shape the family where it is now?
Well, I mean, once he got himself lined out, he didn't just kind of bounce into some kind of, light faith. He went all in, and so he was so desperate in telling other people about what he had learned through the gospel. He and Kay, I've witnessed myself, them talking to thousands of people on their couch, and just marriages that were in trouble, and so they really just poured out, and that really helped shape our faith as we watched it, as I watched it play out in real life, and then in the movie, that's where that can come, and that's the beginning of where this started, because it was so impactful for their lives and kept our family together. And if it would have just stayed there, it would have been worth it, for our family. But as it turns out, now millions of people all around the globe have been, touched with, the message of the gospel and faith. And there was a prayer at the end of Duck Dynasty. And so all this came out of, really these hard times.
Yeah. Okay. Sitting there watching the movie, and sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's good. So what's one of your favorite scenes in the movie that we should take a look at, and why?
I've got to say, I love the young Uncle Si. So a lot of people loved Uncle Si and all that weirdness he did, which is he's like that in real life as well. And so here we get to see Uncle Si as a child and as a teenager. It's really funny, just seeing where kind of that quirkiness began. There's a cool story in there where Terry Bradshaw and Phil go bass fishing when they were both in college at Louisiana Tech, and it's really funny. And I know it's true because Terry told me the story when I was probably 13 years old. I went and stood in line to get his autograph, and he told me this story about my dad taking him fishing. So we were able to put that in the movie as well. So there's some fun stuff in there also.
I like it. Corey, let me talk to you about really quick about the movie, because again, this is a family that, is a very big family, very important there. And what do you want people to take away when they do see this movie?
Well, I think that, it starts off when we say this is a true story, and it's not just like based on a true story. It is a true story. And that's been really special for us, because Phil and Kay are alive, and they got to tell the story in their own words, and we just put it to film. And so I think, for them, we were able to ask them, what do you want? What do you want to take away? What do you want people to know? And it's really it's their story, but it's really the story of Jesus, and it's the story of God coming into a family's life and everything changing. And, so for them, it was worth it to be able to tell their story so that other people might experience that as well.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I am such, like I said, a big fan of the show, The Family, and I think that's why this movie is so important, to know where the Duck Dynasty came from, and knowing, again, about people, forgiveness, redemption, and faith, which is so important. So right now, where can people find to get those tickets ahead of time and more about the movie?
Yeah, you can go to theblindmovie.com and type in your city and it'll tell you what theater it's at. And you can actually go ahead and pre-order tickets there. We're hoping for like a sellout crowd, not an empty seat on opening weekend. And we're really excited. We've been already seeing some of the theaters are already sold out. You know, this is kind of something we wanted to do for people to kind of see our whole story. And we cannot wait for it to get in theaters.
I like it. I'm looking forward to seeing it. And I do have one question before we leave out here really quick. And this is to Willie. Willie, the beard, you know that, you guys in the beard, is that just something that was, of course, from Dad, or is that just something, you know, has been down the line?
Well, Dad said a north wind started this beard thing, and he said, I'm not cutting it. I'm just allowing what nature's taking place. And you know, I wish you had a beard. That'd be awesome. You know, it's just sad seeing guys like you know, who just can't quite pull through with it. So we'll keep growing it, and you can live vicariously through us.
Willie, Corey, thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it, and we're looking forward to seeing this movie, The Blind. Again, information's on aztv.com, and continue, of course, all what you're doing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.